So today I decided to come to this really wonderful crag called Thorn Crag, and it's one of the less popular Gritstone crags that we find in Lancashire, partly because obviously Lancashire it's less popular for Gritstone climbing. A lot of people flock to the Peak District, and also the walk-in is roughly an hour uphill. However, I don't think that takes away from the climbing at all, and actually provides quite a rewarding experience once you get here. Now the rock provides us with like this really nice flowy and wavy texture that's quite reminiscent of a lot of the sandstone crags that we get in Northumberland, such as Bowland and Kylo. And it's just really nice to climb on. It provides these really cool slopers that are just good enough to get a really really nice friction on. Some may also complain that it gets a little bit scrittly. However, I think that provides like an extra bit of spice when you're climbing up and you're padding your feet up the wall. And in comparison to crags like Ramshar and Newstones, the skrittle is nowhere near as bad. So at the end of the day, if you're looking for a really nice quality crag and a bit more esoteric and out of the way, I can say that from my experience so far, Thorn Crag is really cool. So this boulder is called And For My Next Trick, and it was so cool to climb. So first of all, you start on this really nice in-cut side pull. You go out to this crimp, which you can get your full pad in, go into an undercut, get tension on the left foot, match in, and up into this crimp where you can just about get half a pad on, and then to the top. If you're a bit taller, you can step your foot up near the start and just reach into the top for these like lovely Gritstone kind of, I don't know if they're flutes, but ripples. So obviously when we come to a crag like this, please be careful, brush your tick marks when you go, and be super careful of how you treat the rock and step on it, and don't climb on it when it's wet especially. So this rock and this climb has been formed like 270 million years ago under the seabed from compressed sand that's flowed out from these these rivers in these mountains and compressed under the sea. And then 60 million years ago, when these Gritstone crags emerged, the wind has eroded them as well as the water, and forming these really cool shapes with this outer sandy shell that we can climb on. So, you know, be careful when you climb on it, because we're not going to have a chance to have these unique lines again. As I've climbed today, I've experienced this really cool mist just encroach up the moorlands. Provide this really cool air as the sun sets, which makes the friction super lovely to climb on. It's pretty cool. Day 2 of the hike, well, second day coming here, and it's just as long as I remembered it. You can see the boulders all the way up there. I'm almost near the top now. My slight worry is that there's going to be like snow on the top of the boulder and it's going to be melting, and so all of them will be wet. So let's hope that that's not the case. So the rest of the boulder is dry, but the top is right. I only have 2 pads and no spotters, so I can't fall off certain bits. Basically the start. Top hopefully will be okay. I'm running out of daylight and it's getting so cold that I can't get the camera to stay alive for, you know, a prolonged period of time. So basically it's gonna have to get done now. I'm just hoping that the camera will stay alive. If it doesn't, oh well. My shoe came off. It's been serious. Oh, it's cold. Oh, sun has set. Oh man. Right. It has to go now. The rock just feels awful now. Don't know why, it's like lost its grip. Might be because I'm cold. I think I'm going to call it quits for today. When it gets too cold, it got just really glassy. And my hands were just really dry. So it was just like firing off the rock and there wasn't as much friction. It was when the sun hit it before, there was a really good amount of friction because I think the rock was just a little bit warmer. And also like, now my socks froze in my shoe and the camera battery can't function. It's literally about to die now. So it's probably a good time to call it quits and come back when I actually have a spotter, and an extra pad might be nice. But good session and I figured out all the moves. Yeah, I know I've got this, it's just gotta try hard.
Come on. Right, come on.
Right, mate, come on.
You've done this bit now.
Come on.
Come on, good. Come on. Let's go.
Get in! Come on!
Yes!
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Sick.
Oh! I had to fully, like, just scream on that. All out. Oh! Nice one, dude. Thank you. So, just by Bad Moon Rising, just did the boulder, and I think it's one of the best boulders I've done. Just super varied, like, got this amazing pinch at the end. You start off in this, like, really sick undercut, and you just work through so many hold types, and the difficulty is consistent throughout, leading to quite a beta intensive boulder that doesn't really let up. Yeah, and halfway through you're just in this really cool side cut position where you have to get left heel in and keep the tension, bash up into 2 really cool crimps and throw over into a jug. And the top just doesn't let out, you know. It's on these really cool slopers that you just don't want to drop. So, great boulder.
What made you want to do the film?
So, I was struggling for like finding a name to give to the documentary, but I think I've settled on the name Paticcasamuppada, or I'm probably butchering that, but it's a Buddhist term for dependent origination or dependent arising, and it basically talks about cause and effect and how everything is dependent on something else, and climbing kind of encapsulates that. Like in the background we have these moorland formations that have been forming for millions of years and form the ripples throughout the landscapes, and in the same way we have the rock that has been, like, it's emerged 60 million years ago, and we have water formations and wind that hits it and it causes an erosion over the last 60 million years. And in a way, it creates this climbing experience that's been cultivated through years of cause and effect over a timescale which is uncomprehendable within our human lives. So yeah, very waffly, but I think that encapsulates going to a place like Thorn Crag. There we go. Documentary done.
Yeah.
Look at these dudes laughing in the background through the waffle fest.
Chatting shit.